What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Lurker. You already know what it is. I'm back with another video. In this video, I got a little help, a recommendation in the comments from Cora Gray. And this video is a Jubilee video spectrum. It's, do all multiracial people think the same? They wanted me to react to it, so I'm going to react to it. Just a heads up, you can comment below any ideas you may have for if you saw a cool video or if you saw a serious video or something you want to see my reaction to it. Just drop it down in the comments below. But without further ado, let's just hop straight into this video.
What's up, good?
Oh, just a heads up, I look mainly just black, but I'm definitely mixed. You could tell I'm kind of light skinned. See if I get close with the light. I'm pretty light skinned. I'm not really dark skinned. And you know, my mom is white, my dad's black. But yeah, let's see if multiracial people think the same. I'll try to give my input too.
I'm so excited because we just dropped our Human Good collection called Surface Level. I'm wearing one of the shirts. It's literally the most comfortable thing in the world. You have to go to humangoodla.com to check out all the rest of the shirts and everything else that we have on there, but we're selling out like lightning fast. So you have to go right now, literally right now.
I do use the N-word, but
it wasn't in HD. I want to switch to
HD.
HD.
When I'm around fellow black people, so my friends or my family who are black, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't look black, so when it comes out of my mouth, they're like, whoa.
You're mixed race, correct?
Yes, sir. I am mixed with African and
go.
Asian. I am more Asian than black.
African and Chinese.
My dad was from El Salvador, and my mom is half Jewish.
I already talked about me. I'm black and white, but on my dad's side, I have Panamanian. So that's the black that I got in me.
My ethnicity is Filipino and black. I do feel more inclined to my black side more than my Filipino side.
My mother is white and my dad is Iranian. All throughout high school, I just pretended I was white because I looked very white.
I am half Chinese, half Russian Jewish. I never really connected.
I'm telling you, multiracial people, that's the future. Damn, Chinese, what's Russian Jewish? I mean, I know what Russian is and I know what Jewish is, but I've never seen it put together like that before.
To either side, just somewhere in the middle.
My mom is Jamaican and my dad is Australian. Being mixed race is a race, so I don't feel like I want to have to pick.
People think I'm hot because I'm mixed race. 3, 2, 1, go.
Wow. Yep. That's about what I would,
As a
yep, even the
black
poll,
person,
74% agree.
Like, oh my God, like you're like light skinned, you look so nice. Like you don't look like all the other ghetto girls. And I'm like,
Oh, exactly.
what is that supposed to mean? That's my aunt. Like,
exactly.
On first dates, most of the time people be like, oh, no wonder you're so attractive, or like, no wonder you're so gorgeous. And I'm just like, ugh. I don't love that reaction.
I've always found like it's like just an awkward thing to bring up in conversation because there's like all the memes where like people are like, oh, did you know like I'm mixed or whatever, and it's like bringing it up and
No homo, but that dude is a good looking dude.
like the natural flow of conversation is always kind of weird.
I need to see these memes.
Have you not seen like the Logic memes where he's like, oh, I'm biracial, and it's like, you haven't seen
No!
He's just always bringing up how he's like half black, and that's like what the meme is.
I'm allowed to say racial slurs as long as I know 3, 2, 1, go.
You probably shouldn't be saying slurs, but if you are...
Personally, I do not say the
Yeah.
N-word. I just don't. It just doesn't flow out right. But like for my Asian side, obviously I can call my like fellow girlies chinks and stuff. But like obviously if someone else said that, you get the fist.
I agree. I do use the N-word, but I only say it when I'm around fellow black people, so my friends or my family who are black. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't look black, so when it comes out of my mouth, they're like, whoa.
I try my best to only use the N-word around like my black friends just because it creates this like weird air when I'm with like white people. It's a slippery slope that I don't like to go down.
Probably makes them really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And not it actually like more than you think, it's not even uncomfortable. A lot of them think it's really cool, and then some people will feel entitled to do
Yeah.
it, and then you just don't want to have that
Yeah,
conversation.
people feel like
Me with my
they're
Asians, and it's like a
they
lot of
should be
Asian
allowed
people
to say it.
like to go into black culture sometimes.
A lot of white people think
I
that.
did get into
That just because
a
black
little
people
bit of
say
an
the N-word,
altercation
white
in high
people
school
should be
for
able to say the
calling,
N-word.
White people colonists. That was the thing, and people were like, "That's a racial slur." I don't think it is.
That
and
is not a racial slur.
Personally, I don't feel comfortable using any slurs. If I haven't heard those slurs towards me, then maybe I am not in a position to reclaim them.
How you pass is more important than your actual race. 3,
I don't get what that means.
1, go.
Wait, what's it say down here? Passing. When a person classified as a member of one racial group is accepted as a member of a group other than their own. Some people agree, some people disagree.
In America today, walking down the street, it matters what you look like. People are gonna judge you based on the race that they perceive you to be. When I walk down the street, people aren't gonna look at me the same way as they look at someone who's perceived as black. And so I just wanna really acknowledge the reality of that.
I wouldn't disagree with you at all, but at the same time, I think the most important thing is just how you grew up. Someone that has a black parent that doesn't appear black, they were still raised by a black person. They still everything that
He's the
their
Australian
parents'
and
experience is
Jamaican,
passed
right?
down to them, whether it's through story or just through actions.
I'm actually going to move over to this line, which is, I guess, more of a middle line, just because I can't do that. Then I'm here. Never mind. So,
I didn't know that was a rule.
I'm an actor.
Now
and
it's
I
been
go into casting
clarified.
calls. It only matters what I look like, and it only matters what race they think I am, which is a lot of times white. But sometimes I'll get called in for things that.
Yeah,
are
I
not
see
my
him and I see a
ethnicity,
white
that's
dude.
Because of my career, that's what's important with that.
I've tried to hide some of my racial identity. 3, 2, 1, go.
What's the prompt? Oh, a
Even
lot of
throughout
people
high school,
agree.
I
I've
just
tried to
pretended I was
hide
white
some of my
completely.
racial identity.
And
I've
there was
never
a
done
time
that.
when my dad picked me up from school. It was a whole thing, and people were saying like, "Oh, your dad's a terrorist." I had never experienced anything like that, or they'd ask me about
Oh,
it.
because he said his dad is Iranian, right?
hurt to hear people saying stuff like that about my dad.
A similar thing happened to me, like when I was in elementary school. My dad came and dropped me off at school, and he's like a dark-skinned black man, and he's from the hood on top of that. So like he has a certain like aura to him, and a lot of people look at me like, "That's your dad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my dad." And they're like, "He looks so scary," and I'm like, "Why does he look scary to you? Why should he look scary to you?" And like the only thing that's keeping me away from this strongly disagree is because when I was younger, I just did not accept the black part of myself, and now I do.
I just want to say I'm really sorry, to both of you that you felt like you've been put in positions to feel like that. That's just such a terrible thing to tell someone. No, you can't be every part of who you are.
These past couple years, I've been trying to reconnect with that part because I shoved it down for so long, and it's been really heartbreaking. The amount of Nowruzes I missed and the Ramadans I didn't celebrate because I felt so uncomfortable about that.
I think it's important you're taking the steps though. Personally, I've never tried to hide any part of me. That's always been the biggest thing for me. Growing up, I was always proud to be white and I was always proud to be black. That's just how I was raised and that's always how I was, and I just wanted to be me. So that's what I did.
The reason I'm on this line is because Western beauty standards suck. They really, really got to me. I would be really picky about how I would do my hair and how I would part my hair. And then when I would post YouTube videos or Instagram posts, I would color correct everything to be really blue so that I didn't look yellow. And it was just I didn't want to post a photo of me outside because I thought my eyes looked too Asian.
That's a damn shame because she's beautiful. She's a beautiful young woman.
Made me hate myself and my appearance. And now I feel much more accepting of being mixed and being everything that I am. But I am here because I have felt like I wanted to hide a part of me because it would have been easier for me
I agree. Like when I was younger, I used to want to be lighter. I used to get made fun of. I would always get the question, are you adopted? You're not Asian. And it just made me feel so bad about myself that I just was so confused because I didn't fit in any single pocket of anybody in any friend groups. I couldn't hang out with the Chinese kids because they're like, you don't look Chinese. I don't hang out with the black kids because I don't sound black. And they say I'm whitewashed. So my whole entire life, I've literally battled within like, what the hell am I?
I use my races to my advantage. 3, 2.
How can you use your race to your advantage? I guess I'd go disagree.
Maybe.
So
I feel like
77
I just have to say
agree?
that when writing college essays, every single one of my essays was about being half Iranian and half white. Like when I was applying for scholarships, that's what I would talk about because it was something that I really felt passionate about, but also that something that I knew would catch people's interest. And I think I don't feel guilty about using that because I think it's a double-edged sword and there's lots of repercussions for being mixed race too.
Well, I kind of interpreted it differently. Like, I haven't really abused my power like that. Like, sure, that is a way like that, but like, I haven't done anything else besides that on like my college apps.
So I don't know if I can do this, but maybe I'm gonna like straddle these two. You can't do that. Okay, then I'll like daintily pose over here. But like, my grandma was Jewish, and I did go on Birthright, which is a free trip for people of Jewish descent. And even though I don't like identify a lot with the Jewish religion, I did get a free trip to Israel out of being part Jewish. So I guess that's like kind of something to my advantage. But I really loved my
I didn't even know that
there.
existed.
Hey,
Caught a
free
lot out of
trip.
it. Yeah.
Free trip.
Yeah, but you know.
Why is
I've like gotten like jobs.
Is that
for
like
being
how
half Asian.
Muslims
For,
go
like-
to Mecca?
Like I worked at mostly predominantly Asian
Isn't that what it's called?
businesses, and as soon as I say I speak fluent Cantonese, I got the job.
But that's like a skill.
I know.
Like
it
you
is
can
a
be
skill.
proud of it. It's a
No,
skill
I
that you
love
have.
it. No, trust me, but it does get me job opportunities better than other people who are like, you know, white or black who get the same positions, but they would hire me because I'm half Asian and like I speak the language and stuff.
Okay, I moved because I was thinking more about the question. When I first heard the question, I was thinking like, do I have any kind of advantage? And then I was thinking about how like being part white does give me some privilege and like some advantages, but I don't think I've used that for like
Doesn't give me any.
scholarships or any of that. And
Because
I try to
people
really
look
stay
at me and they'll
conscious
still see
when I'm in like
a black
an Asian
dude.
space to not take up too much of the space because of my whiteness. You know, like it's like
But
it's a
still
fine
your
line.
space. Like, you're still
Yeah,
Asian.
I guess I've always been kind of cautious about that. But thinking more about the question, I was like, no, I should be on this side.
The issue of racism can be solved by interracial love.
There's only a few more prompts left.
This is from the
Ooh.
audience?
Disagree. What's the audience say? Oh, they only did
There are way too many
53.
articles about an interracial couple where it's later find out that the white part is saying a racial slur about their child. Just to boil it down to like love.
Yeah, I would be with them. I'd go on the
First of all,
strongly
that.
disagree
Second of all,
side.
there's a lot of, sorry to name names, but like a lot of white women who want to get with black men trying to achieve their light-skinned baby who's like just the perfect amount of tan with the perfect amount of curls.
Yeah, like raise your hand if you've heard someone be like, oh my gosh, I would have such gorgeous mixed babies. Like, definitely heard that, and we're all gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But that's super problematic to say, one. And two, I'm over here because like there is like no one solution to racism.
Let me make it
Yeah,
really
there's-
clear
that's
that,
exactly why I'd be
a
over
white
there.
person having a kid with a black person does not mean that that person does not have racist tendencies or is not discriminatory at all. I love my dad to death, but sometimes he just says things where it's like, you shouldn't be saying that.
Plus, like, even in like a future, if like America becomes super mixed and like everybody's mixed, if not racism, we'll still have like colorism and different nuances within racism. It's not going to go away just because people are more mixed. Like you can say like mixed people are the future or whatever, but it's not going to.
That's what I said earlier. That's what I said earlier. But I also said it won't solve racism. I just said it's the future. And that's just accepting and inevitability. Well, that was a good video. I'll watch them all talk. Cora Gray, thank you for that suggestion. Did I agree with most of them? Yeah, I agreed with most of them. This was a good video, some good prompts, and you know, none of the contestants or volunteers or whatever, you know, said anything that I completely disagree with as a multiracial person myself. But yeah, anyways, that's it for this video. If you liked my reaction, go ahead and smash that like button. Also, drop a comment below, and I might do one of your suggestions. Who knows? Also, make sure you subscribe. We just crossed 100, so now I don't know what the next goal is. But if you do subscribe, I very appreciate it. And yeah, that's it. Until next time.
Nate Goyard.
Peace, lurkers.
Stay with me, little bitch. Yeah, you know that I'm your man. You be capping like a snitch.